What's up, guys? Right here at Spirit Halloween in Middleburg Heights. This used to be a party city. RIP in the chat for Party City. Let's go inside and see if we can find any of those new Jason masks that we are still on the hunt for. You can still see the label scar up here from Party City. How sad. I miss Party City. I miss Halloween City. But that's okay because Spirit Halloween took it over. Let's go inside. This looks like a big store, actually. I thought it was going to be kind of small. There's Jack the Reaper and Crypt Countess meeting us. Hello, Jack. Do your little quotes for us, and he's gonna track me. I got my glasses off so he can follow me back and forth. I see you too, Jack.
I follow you around every dark corner. Creep along with the monster.
Very cool. A collectible animatronic for $330. There's a zombie raccoon right there next to him. And here is the Crypt Countess. Hello, Crypt Countess. She's usually loud. Oh, maybe she's not working this time. That's too bad. Oh well, we'll see her at every other Spirit Halloween. Here is Valak. Let's get her going. She's a spooky one. Nice and loud for her. She is great. She is, I think, $330, but I could be wrong about that. Oh, look, Headcase Harry's already going. He's ripped. His mouth is ripped. He's talking so much, his mouth ripped. $270 for him. Look at this. They have the Lantern Keeper here. Will he work? Yes.
You must be silent. The darkness is always listening.
With his lantern. His chest lights up. He shushes you. I love that. This is probably like the second time we've seen him. Look at this. Everybody's having fun in here. Inside the... You know what? We'll go back. We'll go through this in just a minute. But first, let's go over here to Monkey Business. Hello, Mr. Clown. Monkey Business.
Ready for the surprise?
I think that's my favorite quote from him. Because it's quick. It'll very easily spook you. Just for you, the box says. There's Backbend Bonnie going. Very creepy. Her hair hanging down, her light up eyes. She is awesome. And here is Bullseye. This place is jumping. Everybody's having fun. The purple hair, I love the striped nose, he's got an eye patch on, and some giant hands. Alright, now we can go over here and go inside while nobody else is in here, and they have everything set up real nice. Let's see if this works. It's backwards. Oh, it doesn't work, that's too bad. But the phone is blinking, so that one must work. The live wires are going, the red light is trying to blink, and over here we have the Skidding Scarecrow. Let's see if he will work. We'll sit down next to him, and when we stand up, yes. Love him. He's a certified classic, and there is the electrified corpse being electrocuted. Electrified. Love him. How awesome. And the mutant sewer rat for $230. Very cool. I set him up recently. There's the live wires going. And this awesome screen up here that shows some of our favorite characters. Around the corner, I see the Sinister Strawman for $330. Pretty pricey, but he is awesome. Is he going to work? He was just working a minute ago. Let's see if we can get him to go off. Maybe he's on motion? I don't know. Oh, there he goes. Yes.
My tension builds inside me.
Woo! That one was a little bit slower than usual. How funny. He is creaking as he goes down. That is funny. He must be having a rough day. And here's Trick or Treat Pete. He pukes candy into his bowl for $240, but somebody actually posted a screenshot that he is going to be cheaper soon, like $180 or something. I love him. The eyes look awesome. The pink eyes. Here is the owl. What do they call him? Night Owl for $250. All he does is flap his wings and make some sounds. But he's got some red eyes. He's pretty cool, but he looks like he's made of metal. Not my favorite one. And over here, oh look, the Jumping Spider is here. We gotta say hello to him. Hello, Jumping Spider. He is also tangled up in the wings of the Night Owl, but we'll give him a little pet. There you go, buddy. And here is the Fire Demon. He is, I don't see his price thing, but I think he's like $310. His hands are backwards. What in the world? What is up with that, with his hands backwards? There he goes. All right, what an awesome setup. The exit is over there. They have animatronics on the floor. They have a ton of things here that we're going to look at. Ooh, there's some animatronics over there. Let's get started. Before I go through those, hold on. I see a new South Park jacket. That is pretty cool. I love the snow and the trees. How funny. That is $50. There's a person walking around in a furry mask over there taking pictures. Man, those helmets are huge. All right, some people cleared out of here and we saw a fan. Now let's go through these animatronics. We've got Crypt Countess here. Countess, I keep getting that incorrect. Crypt Countess, and a nice new upgraded box. These boxes are a little bit more sturdy now. They also have the Twisted Grandma, the Night Owl, and I see Bullseye over here, the Fire Demon, Cerberus is here, and the Sinister Strawman. A small selection, but they got a bunch of the good ones. This area over here is nice and stocked, and look at this broken doll parts. What in the world? That is $15. That's very creepy. You could decorate your house with broken doll parts, and there's a wall decor broken doll part thing for $20. That is very creepy. There's even some candle holders down there. That is super creepy. A bunch of the stained glass things over here. We go through those pretty often, so I won't go through them right now, but they do have the pink ghost face with the glitter eyes, the heart eyes. That's $30. They have the small pink ghost face here, and so far I don't see any of the regular ones, but we'll keep our eyes out. They have the Time to Float It balloon, and they have the rib cage and the rose and the Spider-Man. And look at this. They have the new Michael Myers Halloween jack-o'-lantern with the knife. I love that. It's a thin metal sign for $19. I love that one. Oh, look at this. A new Megan sign. Very cool. Looks very robotic. And that one is $20. I just saw the Megan movie recently. It wasn't my favorite, but I know a lot of people like it. I haven't seen the second one yet, though. I'll have to check it out. Look at this. Here's another metal sign. This one's new. It's Pennywise. That one is $25. Another thin metal sign. I like those. It says, "Come home." That is hilarious. I love the signs. They always have a bunch of good ones. There's the It Pennywise sun catcher. Hang that in the window, and when the sun shines on it, it lights it up. That one is $27. There's a cat ghost sign right there. We're seeing a bunch of new ones here with some little black eyes and the tail. That one is $13. And there is the Michael Myers Halloween 2 LED light up sign. I love that one, and I want it pretty bad. That one is $50. Very good. Oh my gosh, Five Nights at Freddy's light up sign. We just saw a couple of these that were from the Terrifier, but I've never seen this one. That's gonna be a hot item. Where is the price on there? Here it is. It's actually on that tag. $40. Pretty pricey, but it does light up, and that is very cool. I am glad we found that. And there's only one of them here, so if you want it, come and get them. There's the Trick or Treat lollipop, and they have Chucky. I haven't seen that one in a little bit, so maybe these are selling out. That is $50. Awesome signs here. Here's a drink stein, and it's in the shape of a boot. That is funny. It's not really from anything. $17. Just a random boot drink stein. And over here, a bunch of the Ghostface things, including the awesome chip and dip set, which I want very bad, and it is $35. It is glass. I love the dripping blood. Fantastic. I love all the Ghostface stuff. And they have the cookie jars here, and look at this, little soap holders. They have the regular one, and they have the pink one with the heart eyes. That is $11. Not too bad. Here's the horror babies. Michael Myers from Halloween 2 for $55. All these are about $55, except for these ones. This one is $50 for Scary Strawberry, my favorite, with the glass in his ice cream cone. Frankenstein's monster with his electric rattle. And look at this. They have, oh my gosh, a new one that I have never seen before, and that is hilarious. It's a cat with half of a face. That is awesome. I love seeing new things. This is $37. It's called the Horror Cat. He even has the whiskers. Look at that. So cool. I love this stuff. He would go great with the bear, and they don't have a bear here, but they have two of the horror cats. Very awesome. Oh, there's the bear. They do have two of him. Man, I want both of those. Then they have Scheming Sally, Ghostly Gus. They have Gutsy Gwen. We're seeing a ton of her this year. There she goes, having her pumpkin gut snack out of the jack-o'-lantern. One of my favorites of all time. And Barbara Wire's up there. Sadistic Sadie is here. Dagger Mike is here. The Butcher is here. Matchstick Mary and Pestilence Pete, and they all work. They have our awesome pumpkins here. This guy with the guts. I love that so much. That is $40. And the hand-eating one. I love that one too. Also $40. And right over here they have candy corn pathway markers. I love them so much. We might have to pull it. Oh, nope, we didn't. That one works. The snarling That is so awesome. Those ones are probably my new favorite pathway markers. And then we come over here to the inflatables. They have the hearses. They have the animated pumpkin cats here. We're seeing a ton of them, so if you want them, there's no shortage of them. Pumpkin scarecrow is there. The gargoyles, the wolves, the mini jack-o'-lantern skeleton, and the mini skeleton. Those are $17 a piece. They have the owls here. Those are kind of hard to find. 25 bucks a piece. Cats, jack-o'-lantern stacks, ghosts, dual mask inflatables. There's no shortage of those. And reapers. Here's something we haven't seen in a long time. The hanging pig head on a hook. That is $40 and something of a classic at Spirit Halloween. The severed pig head. That is so awesome. And they have the hanging rats on a rope. I love those. And there's our zombie raccoon. The zombie fly. I love all the zombie friends. There's the seagulls, another one of my favorites. Here's the fogging pumpkin pile down here. That is new for 2025. And I just might grab one of these at some point. It's only like $100 and you hook it up to a fog machine. How awesome. This is a new prop. Skulls hanging on a rope. There's 3 of them. That is very cool, and they're each different colors. I like the green one. How awesome. Ooh, that one looks to be new too. Let's hang this back up. And there's a couple of new ones here. Look at this. It looks like a steel monkey skull. And then they have this one right here that does have some steel on it. That is weird. For $20. Here's the mummified skull. Look at that. Very cool. You could make these on your own at home if you're into arts and crafts. That is $13 though. So it might just be the same price or cheaper just to buy these. There's more new ones. Look at this. Another hanging half skull. That one is $10. And right here, they have one that has an arrow through it. That is bad. I like that. Very cool. The arrow through the skull. That is awesome. $20. Very unique. That might be good for like a Walking Dead theme if you're into that. We'll look at the masks in a minute when everybody clears out. But look at this. They have a Happy Gilmore section. Somebody was talking about this, but I thought they were joking. Here's a Happy Gilmore jersey, which I want very bad. 96 on the back. Says Happy Gilmore right there. Golf Academy since 1996. Here's some golf cups. Golf club hole-in-one. $8 for that. How much was this thing? $40. Not bad. For the jersey, they have some Happy Gilmore socks down there and an inflatable golf club. But you can usually just go to like Goodwill and find golf clubs. That's $5 though. Not bad. Young He is here. She's over there. We'll go check her out in just a minute. But first, let's go look at those masks. There's still a lot of people over here, but I did see something new over there. We'll check it out in a minute. In the meantime, we'll check out this section over here. They do have the 3-piece stacking ghosts. Those are awesome. And I saw something at Five Below that was very similar. This is $20. I'll have to double check the price of the one at Five Below and see which one is cheaper, but they do look a little bit different. Here's a Spider-Man door cover that is awesome for $23. They have the dropping spiders here, the fly around bats. I want a fly around bat. When I was a kid, I always wanted one of those. Some more door covers over here. I don't see any brand new ones, but there's all the ones we love to see. Here's some new racing things. At the last store, we saw some of the costumes that are actually not even here, but here they do have the jackets. That is a faux leather racing jacket. Let's check the price on that. That is $50. Pretty crazy. Here's one for the girls, also faux leather. It zips up, and that one is $50 as well. Then they have some checkered hats and bags here. All kinds of racing things. They have racing gloves here. There's the trophies. They have some pins, racing bandanas. I wish they had a picture of how it actually looks. I can see there's like a flame on there. And then they have checkered flags here. That's a good one if you're gonna do racing costumes. You can have somebody with a checkered flag. But I don't see the price on there. Here's some costumes though. Cherry Bomb Racer. That one is $50, and they have checkered flag dress there for $21. Race to the Finish Line. That one is $40. Comes with a cat suit and the hat. Oh, there's the costumes right up there. $50 for the racing suit. I'm still waiting on people to clear out of that mask section, but look at this. They have Cowboy Chaps inflatable pants. That is hilarious. $50. One size fits most. Comes with the inflatable trousers with fringing detail and the vest and the hat. Oh, cool. That is awesome. That would be so funny at Halloween for your Halloween party or trick-or-treating. Then look at this. They have pink Western hats, and they have bags and all kinds of little accessories. The Western spurs, you would need those, and that is $15. What in the world? It's an inflatable wiener dog costume. That is $70. Over 6 feet high and long. That is too funny. Battery operated. I love that. That is brand new. Oh, look at this T-Rex pick-me-up inflatable costume. How cool is that? This one is $60. I love the new inflatable costumes. There's the Godzilla one. There's the inflatable penguin we saw recently for $60. How awesome. They have some new inflatable costumes this year. Look at this. Some new Krusty Krab crossbody bags. Oh, that's the kitty meal, actually. And there is the Krabby Patty with a little face on there. That is too funny. How much is this one? $40. My goodness. goodness, that is expensive, but it is very cool. Never seen that one before. And look at this, they have Doodle Bob's inflatable pencil to go with the costume, but the costume does come with the pencil, or you can buy the pencil separately. Here's Deadpool's katanas, but I haven't seen any Deadpool costumes yet this year. That is from Deadpool and Wolverine, $40. That was a hot item last year. And there is Young Hee doing her thing, and she is working correctly this time, moving her eyes around to detect movement. What a huge animatronic. I think that's like $700. Oh, they have some of the Young Hee inflatables here too. Here's a bedazzled Chucky knife that I've never seen before. That's very cool. I love the shiny things. $17 for that. And then they have his hammer right there, and the knife crossbody bag, the giant scissors, the axe. They have all of them here. There's his original knife. That one is $7. And they have the all the way over the head Chucky masks here. And look at that. There's a bedazzled Chucky knife bag. Very cool. There's a Chucky hat. What's that look like? Ah, pretty cool. It has the family photo on there. That is funny. Back over at the Squid Game stuff, look at this VIP for golden mask. That is cool. $17. Never seen that before. How awesome. They just keep putting new stuff out at every store I go to. Here's a Halloween 2 wristlet. It's kind of like a crossbody bag, but look at that. It looks like the VHS of the movie Halloween 2. That is awesome. That one is $30. Oh, look at this. They have a Halloween 2 bling knife too, so they must be getting bling knives for all of the movies. $18.99 for that. And now we're over at the Ghostface stuff. Do they have any of the new masks? I see the aged Ghostface one, but I don't see any of the colored light up ones or any of the new colors of the bedazzled ones, but there are some new masks that we're keeping our eyes peeled for. There's the mirror one. I have that one. I love it. We'll keep our eyes peeled. I want to see new colors of this one. And right next to those is the Friday the 13th section, but they don't have any of the new masks over here, but I did see it over by the mask back there. Let's see if they are cleared out yet so we can take a look at it. On the way over there though, I found some new things I want to show you. Here's the Universal Monsters Frankenstein's monster blanket, and I love the lightning behind him. They also have the pink Ghostface blanket. I love that one, but look at this House of a Thousand Corpses. I've never seen this blanket before. That one is $27. That's a popular movie, but I don't really like it, but it's worth pointing out the new ones. There's the Seed of Chucky blanket. That's a cool one. Looking at the baby with the rattle. That one is $35. I don't see that one very often. I do have this one, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre VHS blanket. There's the Ghostbusters one, Art Krispies. They have a lot of the good blankets here. And look at this, some new Ghostface lounge pants with purple and blue. That is fantastic. That is $25 just for the pants. What in the world? I don't see a shirt to go with it, but I love the colors on that. That is awesome. They feel super cozy. That mask area is popular, man. Everybody's still over there, but oh my gosh, we found the Dead by Daylight Masquerade Ghostface mask. Yes, look at the gold on that. That is so cool. Gold and blue. That is $25. How awesome. I did not even know this existed. And it's got red mesh on there that you look through whenever you wear the mask. That is very cool. Then they have this one, the hockey mask. We saw that one once before, but how awesome. And wait a minute, the purple bling Ghostface mask. Finally, I have been looking for this everywhere. $25. I want to buy it, but I'm going to check if my dad has it first, because he might already have it. That is too cool. They might even have other colors like green. That's what we're going to have to look for now, the green bedazzled Ghostface mask. And they also have the What's Up Bleeding mask. I like that one. Just saw that one for the first time recently. Okay, this has got to be the coolest mask section that we have seen this year. There's a few new ones. Let's look at them before people grab them. First of all, there's the new Jason mask. Now I know that you weren't lying to me. It is here. That is too cool. It's black, has straps on the back. Friday the 13th, the game. My brother would love to have this. That is so awesome. This is $19.99. The game doesn't even exist anymore. They closed it down. So this might end up being a rare item. And right over here, they have a new Ghostface burlap scarecrow mask. I am so excited for this because this is unique and probably pretty rare. Look at that. With the rope. That is so cool. How awesome. This one is $22. Never seen it before. That is so cool. I love it. Man, I'm definitely going to start collecting Ghostface masks. I'm not going to grab it now. I hope I don't regret it later. Hopefully we find some more later on in the season. Then we have some more new masks here. Here's the yellow duck mask. We'll hang it up right there to get a good look at it. That is a huge mask. My daughter would love if I came home wearing the duck. And they have the new stitched pig mask here. That's a creepy one, brand new for 2025. $29.99 for that. What else do we have here? I did see one over here that I believe is new. Blinking dinosaur mask. Hold on, is there a button we can press? Wait a minute, it's not a button, it's actually a pump. Let's see if we can get this to work. Push the trigger down right there, just like that. That was kind of hard to get to work. You might have to actually buy it and then do something to make it work. But you press that button and then the eyes blink. That is very unique. I wish the jaw moved too, though. Here is another new mask. This place rocks. Light up mask, and you can put faces on it. 49 different light patterns. That is cool. There's all the different patterns on there. How awesome. That is 60 doll hairs. We'll put it right back. Here is another new weapon. It is a bedazzled meat cleaver. That is $17. How awesome, with the bedazzled blood stains on it. Very cool. And they have a bedazzled bling machete. That one does not have the blood on it, and that one is $20. And right here, look at that. This one is extremely rare. I have seen it before, but it's been a long time. The clear machete for $13. Not a bad price, and that is unique and awesome. If I was going to be Jason, I would get this clear machete to go with it. We've already seen plenty of fantastic things at this store, but I want to point out some of these costumes again. They have the Nightcrawler. They have the Headless Horseman, which I love. $60 for that. They have the Shadow Man. They have the Headless Butcher here. That one's $40. I wonder why such a price difference between that and that one. There's the Chrome Pumpkin Reaper with the awesome Chrome Pumpkin mask for $40. They do have Crouchy down there, and they have Hugs the Clown. This store rocks. What is this? Dummy crackling clown mask. I thought it would make some sound, but it actually doesn't. So that's a cool clown half mask, and there's the clown horn. This is something I just saw recently online. I was hoping I would see it in store. The handsome Squidward mask. My brother would love to have that. That one is $20. How funny. That is a great episode of SpongeBob. Oh, here's some new decals. Actually, those are scented things for your car, air fresheners. It's cola scented with pink Ghostface on there. How awesome. And look at this one. Halloween 2. This one's lemon mint scented. I would love to get that. I might have to get it at some point. That is $6. I love that. I want to see tons more horror air fresheners. As we were leaving, I want to point out this awesome guy. They have him all dressed up. Look at this. They got him dressed up in the pimp sunglasses and pimp outfit. That is hilarious. He's even got the chain. How cool. I love when stores do unique stuff like this. Okay, that was actually an awesome store. They had tons of new stuff. It is so crazy that we're still seeing new things at each Spirit Halloween we go to. All right, guys, that was Spirit Halloween over here. I don't even know where we are, but it was a great one. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.
Ha 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 ha.